Hey guys, I am Humphrey with No Hands, No Excuses, here with Silver Duck in the Armageddon Media Room with Ashlynne. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. So tell us, you're here as a cosplay artist.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
I get to basically dress up for a living and make costumes and parade around in them, so it's really fun. It's kind of a dream job of mine, so yeah, it's not much more to say other than I love it.
And you have been here quite a few times.
Yes, I think this is my 6th Armageddon total, maybe, something like that. And then I was here at Wellington last year, as well as Auckland, and the year before that, Auckland, and then we did Tauranga and Christchurch last year as well.
That's awesome. And obviously, I've seen you on Twitter quite a bit, but this is kind of small compared to some of the conventions you get to go to, huh?
Not really. I've been to some pretty small cons, but I've been to some pretty big ones, and this one is a nice size because it's, there's people, but there's not too many crowds where it's just like, I can't get anywhere. You get some pockets of crowding, right? But it's good experience because there's a lot of people, you can see, you can hang out with and talk to, and so it's nice, so it's not too small. But it's not too big where it's like, I'm overwhelmed. So I've been to those and they're a lot.
And what you do, tell us a bit about that. What your costumes are, what kind of things you like to do, how you make your costumes.
I come from a background of sewing, so I've been sewing since I was 12. And then I went to university for fashion design. So I learned a lot of, my techniques that I use now there. I don't really use my degree, but I use the things that I learned to get it a lot. But I make most of my costumes. I stuck with fabric costumes a lot for a really long time, but now I've started to branch out more into doing EVA foam and warbler work and prop building and stuff like that. And it's really cool to be able to kind of just learn new techniques, and a lot of people share the information that they get, so there's a lot of really great online tutorials and books, Kamui does really good books, and then so it's really cool to be able to build your skill set, and it's a cool job to be able to do that because I love to learn, so just building on that.
And it is for you a full-time job, yeah?
Yes, it is. I do it full-time now. I was working in the fashion industry, and then 4 years ago I think I just decided I'm done. I don't like the corporate life anymore, so I think I can make a go of this. Let's give it a shot. Worst can happen is that I gotta go back to doing a corporate job. So.
Yeah, fair enough. What is your sort of favorite genre to cosplay?
Oh, I got a lot. I love anime, I love gaming, I love comics, I love Game of Thrones, fantasy stuff, so it's I can't even really nail down a favorite. I'm a jack of all cosplayers. I just love everything. There's a lot of cosplayers that I know who are really into anime, or they're really into gaming, or they're really into comics, and they kind of choose one little niche and they just mostly do stuff from that. But I can't choose. I love a lot of things, so.
That's awesome. And do you find yourself sort of building a different fan base depending on what cosplay genre you're focusing on at that time? Or?
I find that my fan base is very varietal, so they themselves tend to enjoy a lot of different things. I just love all of the different experiences that I have with people who are attracted to a bunch of different things, because I am too, and I can never make up my mind about what I like, so I'm just I like it all, let me do it all.
That's fantastic. That sounds like so much fun as well.
Yes, it is.
There's a lot of cosplay here at Armageddon, obviously, including a competition and all sorts of things. What advice or words of wisdom would you want to impart onto the people that are just kind of coming into the whole thing?
Yeah, you gotta always have fun. Even if it is your job, it still needs to be fun, because ultimately cosplaying is supposed to have that fun aspect. You're literally dressing up. So if you're not having fun, maybe you should take a break and think about what is going to make it fun for you again, because it should always be fun. Even if you're stressed out about it, if it's not fun when you're wearing it, then take it off and take a breather and just chill for a minute. But
just go incognito for a little while and
but
hang out.
There should be no pressure. It should be just fun. So just always try to remember to have fun.
And in terms of turning it into a career, how do you go about actually making an income from being a cosplayer?
There's a couple of different ways. So I do a lot of Patreon stuff. So I do what people call boudoir cosplay occasionally. occasionally, every month. I do it a lot. But it's something that I really enjoy doing. It just kind of felt like the natural path for me. But I also love crafting and making costumes. So if you don't like doing that and you want to start making crafting, you can write tutorials that you can sell. You can make patterns that you can sell. You can write books like Kamui. You do have to make the decision about what you want to do. Yeah. And then you target that. You can't want to do one thing and then make it try to work for the other thing, because you're not going to.
Different kind of audience,
it's kind of exactly. It's very different. But if you don't want to do the sexy stuff, you don't have to. But I feel like a lot of people feel like they do, and you definitely don't. Like, there's a lot of paths you can take. You can start making commissions, like costume commissions for other people. You can start hosting panels and getting invited to cons, doing that, and like kind of focusing on the craft. Or you can focus on building commissions for like companies. You can try to reach out to people, because I've done a couple of contract work for companies, and it's really cool because you get to build this cool costume, but then also get paid for it. So it's great. Yeah.
And possibly even get to go somewhere cool with it, right?
I got to fly once, so it's really cool. I was like on a wire rig system, and it was like, woohoo! But yeah, it was
That sounds awesome.
It was a good time.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much.
Of course, yeah.
So where can people find you? What's the best sort of, you tweet obviously a lot, and you mentioned Patreon. Yes. Is that kind of your staple for socials?
Instagram, Patreon, Twitter, Facebook, and I did stream on Twitch for a little while, but my internet in my house is really bad, so I'm gonna get back to that. So
soon. To New Zealand. We get
I know. I was streaming a lot from New Zealand, and then when I went back to America, it just sucks.
Yeah, that's no good.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, thank you so much, Ash. We really appreciate you taking the time to come and chat with us. Thank you for some words of wisdom for the budding cosplayers out there. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's great to be here.